people, welcome again to another episode of Cooking with K1 Mildred. I'm so glad you're watching K's Cook Island at this time. Today I will be showing you one of my creations. I don't know how to really put it, but for the sake of clarity, I will call it plantain quiche. I know it's not a classic quiche recipe, but well, I had to call it something. So as usual, I'll walk you through the ingredients, then we'll get into our cooking. So we're going to need 2 semi-ripe plantains, 2 of those, you can use 3. Then a pinch of salt, some white pepper, a cup of cheese, I'm using cheddar cheese, and a 1/4 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of ham cubes, a 1/4 of red bell peppers, 2 tablespoons of butter, and you will see how I'm going to use that, and 4 eggs. So that's about the ingredients. Let's get these things together. So as I show you the ingredients, the main ingredient in our quiche is plantains. And the whole idea about this quiche is we want to replace classic quiche. You know, with the classic quiche you need a dough pastry kind of. So I want to use plantains as a base to make our quiche. So what we do is that we boil the plantains. As you see me peeling the plantains, we're going to boil it, make it into a paste for our base. Then we're going to fill it up with eggs and cheese and bell peppers and ham, all of that, to form a very nice quiche. So just for those who roll their eyes that this is not a quiche, this is my creation. So and it's very tasty, as you know. I always share very tasty dishes with you guys. So that's why I want to show you how I get it done. Just with like 2 cups of water to boil our plantains. So I'll put it to boil. So we'll leave our plantains to boil like for 10 minutes. Then we're going to make it into a paste. I'll show you all the steps, okay guys? Instead of telling you, talking too much, I'm going to show you. That's why it's a video. So my plantain is boiled now. So what I do, as you can see, there's water. We don't need that water at all. We want it dry. So I want to drain it. Just take out the water. You need semi-ripe plantains really, because this one looks a little bit too ripe. So with this, I'm just going to mash the plantains, because this is going to form the base. And the quiche, you know, is actually a French dish. Well, some people think it's German and French put together. It's simply pastry. The classic quiche is pastry that is filled with cheese, with cream or milk, with some kind of seafood or vegetables or meat, like I'm using ham. So, and as I said earlier, I just came up with this and called it a plantain quiche. To mash this to form a fine paste. So it's completely mashed, but I'm going to incorporate some butter. Mix it together. Let that butter just melt in it. Just going to use a spatula to get this properly mixed up. So we're just incorporating some butter into the plantains mix. Perfect. So what we do with this paste right now, we're going to bake the paste. So I want to preheat my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. 180. Just preheating my oven. So what I'll do with this paste right now, normally it's easier to work with your fingers to form it and fit it right into this baking pan. So I'll put this aside and grease my pan with some butter. And I have some of my butter right here. This looks good. So I'll keep it aside. And now I want to use my fingers to kind of flatten this. What you could also do is to put it in the, put it on the, how do they call that, a baking sheet, and use your rolling pin to roll it out. But some kind of a way I prefer to do it with my hands. I want to fit it into this bowl with my fingers. Kind of spread it out evenly. Make sure that you spread it out. So I'm just going to spread it out evenly and make sure that we create a kind of base for this filling. So you see, just spread it out with your hands just like that to form this base. You see how it is right now. It looks good, doesn't it? I think it looks good. So what I do right now is just to bake this. We are going to bake this for like 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. Then I'll show you while this is baking. We'll start preparing the filling. Okay, so this is going right into my oven. So our base is ready. So I take it out from my oven. Just keep it aside. Look at that plantains. It looks good, really good, you know. So I'll put it right here so you can see how it looks like. But this, I'll just push it aside. And this comes right here. For the filling, we need eggs. I'm going with 4. And there's no rule to what you can use for your filling. If you have cheese, you have cream, you have milk, you have vegetables, just have to throw everything in here. But the very first thing I will throw in, of course, will be some salt, because salt makes everything taste good. And it's just a pinch of salt, a tiny pinch of salt, and white pepper, because I absolutely love white pepper. And milk. And our cheese. Oh, I'm not leaving anything behind. Then ham. And the bell peppers. So just mix all of this together. We beat it up together. This looks good. Just that, and everything goes right in there. Pour everything in here. Pour all of that. This looks great. So all of this goodness goes right back into my oven, 180 degrees, and we're going to bake it once more. So it goes right in. I'll just wait till it's completely baked, and I'll show you what a quiche, a plantain quiche looks like. Okay guys, time to check how a quiche is doing. I think it's ready because it's been 20 minutes. Oh my goodness, this looks absolutely amazing. Look at that, guys. Oh my goodness, it looks amazing and it smells really good. I can't wait to dig in, you guys. It's quite hot, so I'll let it cool, then we'll have a bite. Looks amazing, doesn't it, guys? So time to taste. Perfect. This is simply the cheesy combination with the sweetness of the plantains. Is just everything you want in one plate. Guys, you have to make plantain quiche. Plan to make some this weekend. So really good. You can add some vegetables, some mushrooms, some spinach. You can make it with salmon, just anything that works for you. Thanks so much for watching this very special edition of Cooking with K1 Mildred. Thanks for sticking with me. And if you do love this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, tell your friends about this channel, because we have lots of amazing things coming your way. Thanks so much. Just stay blessed. Like, see you again. Bye.
Daddy chopped the wood we need to keep the fire strong. With toil and sweat he keeps his family warm. And as us children gathered round the table to dig in, Daddy cleared his voice and said, then let's begin. Let us pray